We welcome you here to Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. My name is Adam Pohl. Ralph Grunt to my right, our head statistician. We're getting ready for Mount St. Mary's women's basketball here in the MAAC tournament. Our broadcast will start 20 minutes prior to tip. We're expecting a tip time in the range of 2:45 to 3 p.m. We'll let you know exactly what our tip time will be, and we will be live with our Mount pregame show. And our broadcast of an audio-only call will be right here via social media live streams here across the interwebs. Mount St. Mary's in the quarterfinals taking on Merrimack. In women's basketball, the men will play later tonight, and a 8:30 p.m. tip against Siena. So stick with us. We'll be back on in minutes to tell you when our start time will be, and we'll be ready here for the beginning of Mount basketball from the MAAC tournament on big Saturday. The women again starting here shortly, and our men's game to be tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys know where the bathroom is?
Yes, so you're going to want to go back and to the right, kind of like almost directly behind us.
Oh, awesome.
We're about 7 minutes away from the start of our broadcast of Mount St. Mary's basketball here from the MAAC tournament. The Mountain Women, the 6th seed, taking on 3 seed Merrimack this afternoon. Here we go.
Ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go. Ready to go.
I love that.
I think it's working.
So much.
What is that? It's Ralph's idea.
I need one.
Ralph's idea. I feel so. I don't even know how to do. Can't have it. Mail on his own. Mail on his own. We're about 3 minutes away from our broadcast of Mount St. Mary's women's basketball here from the MAAC tournament in Atlantic City.
Basketball fans, follow MAAC Sports on Instagram, X, TikTok, and Facebook. Catch the latest information and content for all things MAAC Sports. Follow now at MAAC Sports.
Inside a minute till our broadcast of Mount St. Mary's women's basketball for the MAAC tournament in the MAAC quarterfinals against the Warriors of Merrimack, here live from Atlantic City.
Proud partners of the MAAC. Fans, scan the QR code on the board to access our 2026 MAAC Basketball Championship Program. Programs can be found at maacsports.com/basketball. Scan now to see rosters, game notes, and more. Fans shop official MAAC gear and championship gear at maacmerch.com. Also visit the main concourse to shop championship gear. The MAAC Live Tech SoldOut.com. Sports Trip, Shore Physicians Group, Cannon USA, and Signature Rings for their support. Proud partners of the MAAC.
All right.
You are listening to Mount St. Mary's basketball in the MAAC Basketball Championships in Atlantic City. Mount St. Mary's basketball is brought to you by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, Finn City Brewery, Kadori Memorials, Roy Rogers, Lamundin, Pepsi, Glory Days Grill, Lindquist Insurance, Frederick Seibert and Associates.
And from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall here in Atlantic City, it's time for Mount St. Mary's basketball here from the MAAC tournament. And today, a special day for the Mount, as both the Mount women and men will play here today in the quarterfinals. First, for the women, they're the 6th seed. They will take on the number 3 seed in the tournament here in the Merrimack Warriors. Merrimack 15-5 this year. They swept them out in the regular season. Merrimack winners of 7 of their last 8 games. They went 0-3 against Quinnipiac and Fairfield, the top 2 seeds in this league, but they are 15-2 against everyone else. And we'll see what the Warriors can do if they can punch their ticket, as they've got a tough task at hand, taking on Mount St. Mary's here this afternoon. And for head coach Antoine White and the Mount, it has been a resilient season. They are here in the MAAC quarterfinal for a 4th consecutive year. Every year the Mount has been in this league, they have made the quarters. They made their first trip to the semifinals a year ago. They were rolling early in the year. They won 4 straight home games in late December, including the first 2 games to start MAAC play. But then their leading scorer, averaging more than 15 points per game, Gabrielle Kennerly, injured in the Mount's loss at Manhattan on January the 14th. And not to say it appeared to be a death knell for this Mount women's basketball team in their 25-26 campaign, but the worry was, how could the Mount find the scoring? How could they come back and almost have a new way of approaching winning basketball games in the MAAC down the stretch? Well, guess what? They went 7-4 since her injury, including 2 huge wins at home in the final week of the season to secure a bye in the first round and get to the MAAC quarters. Huge wins against Sacred Heart and Ryder. So here is the Mount looking to pull off the upset in this quarterfinal. Iona has already beaten Siena earlier today, and Mount St. Mary's now steps under the brightest lights of them all in the MAAC conference here at Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, a conversation with Mount St. Mary's senior guard, Mount St. Mary's head coach. Our chat with Coach Antoine White is coming up right after this. This is Mount St. Mary's basketball from the MAAC tournament.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
Hey, Mount fans, looking for insurance you can trust? Meet Daisy Gardner from Lindquist Insurance. With expertise in personal, commercial, and life insurance, Daisy is dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. Call Daisy Gardner today and experience the friendly professional service you deserve. The number 240-297-0628. Mount fans, protect your future with Daisy.
The time has come. The steak and cheese sandwich is back at Roy Rogers. Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
And I think you still need the software, but it's much easier.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not.
To strive for excellence.
All right, welcome back to our Mount Athletics podcast. My name is Adam Pohl, joined by Mount St. Mary's women's basketball coach, Antoine White. Coach White, so much in the preseason, it's a longer lead up now to play. Then you've got your non-conference, then conference, and now the most important time of the year, the postseason. With those other three, you know exactly every day, you know, to the minute what you're going to be doing. That's part of what you do. You kind of plan everything out. You can't really plan for everything in the postseason, but you just hope it lasts as long as possible.
Yeah, for sure. You just want to take it one day at a time, one moment at a time. Really proud of my group for grinding it out the last couple weeks of the season. Very fortunate enough to get one of those top 6 seeds and get that first round bye, which was important for me and my group. So excited about that. And we got a couple days to prep for a really good Merrimack team. Yeah,
but really about halfway through conference play, you lose your leading scorer. And that was pivotal. And there was an opportunity for things to go sideways there, and they did not. You have a very, very deep team. You can match up in different ways against different teams. It's not that you have to play the exact same way every game. And I think that really allows you to have that consistency and benefit you. And this last week, the win against Sacred Heart, and then closing it out. It's always hard to get it going on senior day. A lot of emotions. Great second half against Ryder. To get the 6th seed in the bye had to mean a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of players have stepped up since Gabby's injury. You know, think about Alana Powell. You know, AP's had some really big time games for us. And then Amber as well. You know, I go back to that Iona Sacred Heart away trip. Where those both were amazing on that road trip. And then you think about G's been pretty consistent for us on both ends of the floor. And Kaylin Lindsay has had some really good flashes and moments as well with Jay. So it's been a total team effort from this group, which has been fun to coach. It's been fun to see them grow into some new, bigger roles. And yeah, this weekend was awesome. You know, we got to end our regular season with 2 home games, which is pretty rare, and we took advantage of that. Thursday night atmosphere was amazing. Like you said, senior day is always a very emotional day, so the roller coasters were really, really high and low, but I thought we did a great job in the second half of closing it out versus Ryder.
Talk to me about one of your seniors, your leader. She's in her 5th year in the program, in Jaden Jamison, because she's an energy player and she has become a capable scorer over time. But even when she was just starting out at the Mount, her athleticism, her ability to get on the glass and really kind of be a player that helped your team there in spots in the box score that might not even tell the tale. I think it mattered a lot.
Absolutely. You know, Jay does all the little things for us at such a high level. She's so reliable in what she does offensively and defensively for us. And like you mentioned, Adam, a lot of times the things that she's doing out there on the court for us may not show up in the box sheet, but I'm seeing it on film. And it's the icing on the cake when she's able to get that 3-ball going, blocking shots, and then rebounding. Again, the young lady checks off a lot of boxes for us. So I'm excited to see what she does for us here in Atlantic City in a couple days. She's played in a lot of big games. She's seen a lot of big games here at the Mount. So, and that's what you work for, you know, a young lady like that who was a redshirt her freshman year, and now to be a senior and have this opportunity and be one of the key pieces to the puzzle here in Atlantic City. I'm excited for Jay.
You know, a lot of times when coaches go through a season, they'll pare down their rotations. And a lot of times it might go from, let's say, 10 players playing to like 7, you know. This Mount women's basketball team had games this year in which it was 13 to 15 players playing, especially in those months of November, December, even into early January. When you pared down this rotation a little bit, it's still a lot of pieces that come in. So with that, do you feel that some of the players that might be not thought of as much that give you some time, do they have a better feel for their roles, and does that help them be successful when they come in?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we got a lot of different players on this roster who are really good at 1 or 2 things on the defensive end or 1 or 2 good things on the offensive end. So it just really depends on our matchup and who we're playing, you know. And up at Niagara about 2 weeks ago, we called Paris's number, and Paris answered the call and had 3 really big threes in that game. And that's just kind of the way we've been designed all season long. So, and I think that's going to help us out with this format here in Atlantic City. You know, you got to play back-to-back games. So we need that depth to help us out. You know, we believe we got a good solid core in AP, Amber, J, and G, but we need the others as well. You know, the Kaylas and the Parises and the Dennises and Nayo. Nayo's been playing great basketball
Big
for
time.
us. She's another one. You know, she had a really good game a few games ago. I think it was the Sacred game where she
2
hit,
huge threes
right
in the second half against
you know,
Sacred
she hit 3 threes that game, right? So it's awesome to see that this depth that we've been playing all year long, it's starting to pay off at the right time of the year.
That was Mount head coach Antoine White. We're going to take a quick break. We return with starting lineups in the opening tip of this MAAC quarterfinal. Mount St. Mary's, the 6th seed, against number 3 seed Merrimack from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City.
Finn City Brewing, from their home in Ocean City, all across the great state of Maryland. And while heading to the shore, visit their new tap room at 12911 Ocean Gateway, Unit 2 in West Ocean City. Finn City Brewing, born on the water of Ocean City.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Educational Systems Federal Credit Union is proud to support the education community on the court, on campus, and everywhere in between. For more than 70 years, Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, they're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
We welcome you back here to Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, the home of the MAAC tournament until 2031. As we're getting ready for the Mount and Merrimack here, the lights are off, and it is time to announce the starting lineups for this, the fourth and final quarterfinal. The 1, 2, and 4 seeds are already through into the semis here in the women's bracket. So the Mount hoping to pull off the upset here today. Mount St. Mary's the 6th seed, again 7-4 in their final 11 games. As the Mount starting lineups are getting announced right now. Wesley Ferguson will get the start. Ferguson, the 6-foot sophomore guard from Benton, Arkansas. Here's a lot of power, the X factor for the Mount. First week of February, she averaged 25 points in wins on the road at Iona and Sacred Heart. How about Gianna Hadanat? The redshirt junior, could be the end of her Mount career. She's got one more year of eligibility left. Hadanat tore her ACL in her first ever career game at Knott Arena, has built her way back to be an outstanding player over the last 3 years. Here's Amber Bullard, the junior center from Philadelphia. The LaSalle transfer missed the first meeting with Merrimack due to injury, had 10 points in 20 minutes in the second matchup. And Jaden Jamison, we'll hear from Jaden at halftime today, the senior who is playing in her 100th collegiate game for the Mount here today. Jaden was a redshirt freshman in the Mount's last championship season and tripped to the NCAA tournament in 2022. Mount St. Mary's head coach Antoine White, in his 5th season, looking to take them out to their 2nd consecutive MAAC semifinal. Now for the 3 seed, the Warriors of Merrimack. They get it going with Madison Roman, wearing number 0, the 6-foot junior forward, first team All-MAAC selection, the league leader in rebounding. She had 20 points and 14 rebounds against the Mount at home in a win on December the 29th. She averages a double-double. The defensive player of the year on the MAAC, Paloma Garcia, 8.7 points, 5.3 rebounds per, had 9 steals last Thursday in a Merrimack win against Canisius. Orali Kiefer, a part of the MAAC all-defensive team, averaging 11 points per game, the 6'3 grad forward. Sayla Reddick, a 5'8 senior guard from Jacksonville, Florida, played 35 minutes in each of the last 4 games. She was actually injured for the last matchup between these two, the Mount and Merrimack. Homecoming afternoon, January 24th, and then the 3-point shooter. Lydia Melashenko has hit 12 threes in the 2 previous matchups between these two, knocked down 8 threes at Knott Arena in the game on January the 24th, 11.6 points per game. She's averaging close to 3 threes made per game, setting a Merrimack record for threes made in a season this year. We're so happy to have you with us on a special day of Mount St. Mary's basketball. The top 6 teams in the MAAC in both men's and women's basketball earning a bye into the quarterfinal. And this year, both the Mount men and women earning the 6th seed. They had to have wins in their final game of the regular season to do so. And here they are playing on this Saturday in the MAAC tournament. The Mount in their gold tops, white numbers, blue trim. Merrimack in their white tops, blue numbers, gold trim. Opening tip, won by the Mount. Here we go. Time for Mount basketball from the MAAC tournament. The quarterfinal is on. The Mount and Merrimack. Inside the arc, Hadonat over the top to Ballard, and she's fouled. And Amber Ballard will go to the line here to shoot to 11 seconds into the quarterfinal. How many minutes will Ballard play today? She's averaging 17.3 minutes per game. What a difference maker she can be. Only 52% at the line this year, and her first is good. And the Mount dents the scoring sheet here to open the quarterfinal from historic Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall. The second is on its way, and it rattles around and falls in, and the Mount's on top 2-0. Now they're going to bring a 1-2-2 little zone pressure into the half-court Merrimack. Here on the right wing, Reddick drives baseline, stops her dribble, kick out, long 3-ball en route. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, though, for the Warriors. Garcia, ball's on the floor, and Merrimack has it. In the middle, Roman, kick out left wing. Now up top, here's Milashenko, first look from 3, off the iron. The Mount's got the rebound, 2-0 leading. Here comes Mount St. Mary's. Jamison the rebound. Hadonat brings it up the center of the floor. Finds Jamison driving left. Outside the lane, kick out up top, Ferguson. Right wing, Hadonat, down low, Ballard! Laying it in. She's got the first 4. And the Mount is up early in this MAAC quarter final. Now down low, post touch here for Kiefer. Facing up on Ballard. Kiefer, right hand, no good. Rebound, tipped around, the Mount's got it. 4-0 leading. Here comes Mount St. Mary. Alana Powell jogs it up the left side. Now Jamison into the corner for Ferguson. Jamison to Hadonat. 3-ball en route. Spins off the iron, across the iron. Ballard kept it alive, tipping it out, but it's going to roll out of bounds. Merrimack basketball. So 8:38 to play here in this first quarter. 4-0, the Mount leads early. Merrimack head coach Kelly Marone, the MAAC coach of the year in her 6th season. Second year for Merrimack here in the MAAC. Post touch, Kiefer. Now left wing, Milashenko, 3-ball high arcing, and it's a wedgie. It lodges between the rim and the backboard. Now that is an alternate arrow jump ball, and fortunate for Merrimack, it's going to be their ball. Now they reset the shot clock. There's going to be 20 to shoot as the Warriors will inbound. 4-0, Mount St. Mary's early on baseline left. Merrimack to inbound. Kiefer looking, lobbing it up to Reddick on the outside of the Mount in their zone there. Play almost exclusively zone. Around the perimeter it goes. Milashenko, she's missed her first 2 3-point attempts. Bouncing down low, Reddick, jump pass down low, foul and a bucket for Madison Roman. Merrimack able to get the ball in the middle of the zone and from the foul line make a bounce pass down low, and Roman, the first team All-MAAC selection, will get to the line. And let's see who the foul is on. It's going to be on Jamison, her first. Roman, a left-hander, free throw, no good, in and out. Hadonat the rebound, here comes the Mount. Mount St. Mary's up 4-2. Hadonat on the move. Now right wing Ferguson, up top for Powell. The Mount has taken Ballard out of the game. Powell out for Ferguson down the baseline. Blocked from behind, it's going out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mount. Mount St. Mary's has brought into the game the 6'2" sophomore forward, Lenora Kangwin, scoreless in 6 of her last 7 games. Just 2 minutes into the game. Hopefully Ballard is okay. Seems to be so. Powell to inbound baseline right. Kangwin's got it. Back to Powell. Powell dribbling it up top. Jamison to the corner. Hadonat now. Hot and out on the right-handed dribble around the perimeter it goes. Here's Powell with 11 on the shot clock around his screen. Powell stops, pops, connects. Left of the lane, a 10-footer goes down, and the Mounts up 6-2. Long lead pass for Reddick. Now post-touch kick out on the drive. Garcia, Kiefer, prime locale, lays it in. No, the Merrimack breaking down the Mount quickly there and getting a great look. 6-4 the score. Double team on Powell. The Mount moves it. Jamison high arcing left wing three. It got deflected. Long rebound to Merrimack. They look to tie it or take the lead. Here's Garcia on the drive in transition. Runner, good. Hit the back of the iron twice, fell through, and all of a sudden we're tied at 6. And Ballard's getting ready to check back in for the Mount, along with Kayla Lindsay. Powell hands off for Jamison. Jamison driving left. Up top, Ferguson. Tied at 6 here, 3 minutes in. Ferguson jump pass. Jamison on the move. Up top for Hodanot. 10 to shoot. Hodanot now for Powell. Powell, they switch. Long jumper. Front iron, no. And the long rebound to the Mount. They'll regroup. Powell driving left side of the lane. She brings it back out. Ferguson top of the key. Hodanot driving right. Pull up mid-range jumpers, well strong, an air ball. Fight for the rebound. Merrimack has it, but it's stolen away. Here's the Mount. Jamison, high arcing three ball. Back iron, no. High bounding rebound. Kiefer's got it. And Merrimack looks for their first lead of the game in this 6-all tie. Melashenko front court going right. She'll back it up on the dribble. Here's Garcia between the rings. Melashenko. The Mount takes away the three ball. Foul line extended. Kiefer throws it away. And it's out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's basketball. Ione Gerard along with Lindsay and Bullard into the game. The Mount a deeper team. They'll go way deeper into their bench. Can they wear down the Warriors in this one? Tied at 6 here early on today. Here's Gerard, who had a great close to the season. Right wing Lindsay, who could really drive the basketball. Gerard hit 5 threes in her final 2 games, taking it in, bouncing for Bullard. Bullard wins the battle for it, goes up strong, blocked away. A block by Kiefer. Here comes Merrimack in this 6-all tie here midway through the first quarter. Reddick. Cross court, now Kiefer foul line extended. Roman, they're going to get a foul on Ferguson as she was trying to deny Roman the basketball. Fouls on the floor, only a second team foul on the Mount. Merrimack will inbound baseline right here. And now Merrimack will go to their bench for a first time. Molly Mannion along with Daria Shishkina will come into the game for a first time today. 20 to shoot for the Warriors, looking for their first lead. Shishkina underneath. Finds Mannion, mid-range jumper, good. It didn't take long. And it's 8-6 Merrimack. Well, against the zone, that mid-range jump shot is there. Here's Gerard, 3-ball right side. Bangs it home! And the Mount's back on top. 9-8. Quickly breaking the double team, Shishkina. Back out to Garcia. Merrimack bouncing Mannion, mid-range pull-up in the lane and connected. Mannion at 27 against the Mount at Knott Arena, her career high. She scores her first 2 times down the floor here. Bullard double team. Kick out Lindsay. Deflected pass. Hodanot runs it down. Still time to operate. Gerard thought about another 3-ball. She's driving it. Gerard, tough runner, wild shot. No, just hit the backboard. Merrimack leading 10-9 with the basketball. 4:48 to play first quarter. Melashenko thought about the transition 3, driving runner, no good. And it's going out of bounds. It's going to stay Merrimack basketball as we've got a timeout on the floor. So the Warriors will have it with 4:40 to play in this first quarter. Our score, Merrimack 10, Mount St. Mary's 9. This is Mount St. Mary's basketball from the MAAC tournament. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union is proud to support the education community on the court, on campus, and everywhere in between. For more than 70 years, Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, They're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
Grab one of many offerings from Finn City Brewing, from their home in Ocean City all across the great state of Maryland. And while heading to the shore, visit their new tap room at 12911 Ocean Gateway, Unit 2 in West Ocean City. Finn City Brewing, born on the water of Ocean City.
Mount St. Mary's Dance and Cheer along with the band here participating. We're here at the MAAC tournament. My name is Adam Pohl alongside Ralph Grant, our head statistician, as we've got 4:40 remaining here in this first quarter. And our score, Merrimack 10, Mount St. Mary's 9. Now, well, this is the fourth and final quarterfinal game of the women's bracket. Fairfield, the winner of this game will face Fairfield, who is ranked 25th in the nation in women's basketball. How about that? They are the 2 seed. Both Fairfield and Quinnipiac went 19-1 in the MAAC this year. The one was losses to each other. They split the regular season series. The two programs 36-0 against every other team in the MAAC. And Fairfield and Quinnipiac winners yesterday. Earlier today, Iona beat Siena. And with that, this is the final quarterfinal. Mount St. Mary's got to a 4-0 lead, and Merrimack has rallied to take a 10-4 advantage. Early on today, Merrimack 5 of 10 from the field. Mount St. Mary's 3 for 11 to get it going. It's Merrimack basketball, 20 to shoot, baseline left. They will inbound as Paloma Garcia will trigger the Warriors offense. Mount St. Mary's also going into their bench. The senior Michaela Paris is into the mount, steals the inbound. Here comes Mount St. Mary's down by 1. Garrard up the left side of the floor. Garrard back up top. Ever around the perimeter goes. Here's Paris, right wing. Paris lobbing, post touch, Ballard. Double team, swings it, cross court. Corner, Lindsay, 3-ball, air ball. Ball's loose, and Merrimack's got the rebound. Here is Garcia bouncing in transition. Whistle, foul. As she found Shishkina on the run there, and they're going to get a reach-in foul on the mount. Paris with the foul, third team foul. When you get to 5 team fouls, there's no 1-and-1 in the women's game. When you get to a 15 foul, you're in the bonus. They're going to rule that a shooting foul. That didn't look anything like a shooting foul. Shishkina shooting 2 at the line. No good. Back iron, front iron, and bounding away. She had only missed 2 free throws all year, just 12 of 14 from the line. The sophomore guard from Moscow. The second and good, 11-9 Merrimack. Mount St. Mary's trying to find their offensive rhythm again. Here after a very strong start. Hadanat's got it, center logo. Now right wing for Paris. Paris up top, Hadanat. Here's Garrard. Merrimack in his zone for a first time today. Paris, middle of the zone, Lindsay. Lindsay's driving it. Lindsay goes up with contact. Can't get it to go. It rolls around the iron and falls off the side. No whistle. Here comes Merrimack in transition. Shishkina, 11-9 leading. Shishkina now left wing. Driving it, Reddick. Hanging. Too strong. Ballard the rebound. Big stop for the Mount. Here comes the Mountaineers. Hadanat down by 2, driving it all the way in. Hadanat puts it up, no good. Ballard rebound, fouled, and she'll get to the line to shoot 2. Amber Ballard early on, played the first 2 minutes. Big time factor, already 4 points today. And now we'll get to the line. It looks like the Mount wants to play her in short spurts. And Mount St. Mary's getting a lot of players into this game here in the early going that try to get out those tournament jitters. Here's another one coming into the game, Dennis Torget. And Torget is in as a free throw. Ballard in and out. No good. 11-9 Merrimack. 3:31 to play, first quarter of this fourth and final quarterfinal in the MAAC tournament. Second, good, and it's 11-10. Mount St. Mary's again. The men will play later tonight. 6th seed against the 3rd seed Siena at 8:30 p.m. We'll have the call again for you right here. 11-10 Merrimack leads it. Amber Ballard has got 5 of the 10 for the Mount. Up top with it, here is Garcia. Right wing catching Mannion. Garcia lost it. Ball is loose. Out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's basketball. So the Mount forces another turnover. And now a chance to retake the lead. As Paris gets it into Gerard, the Canadian sophomore, who's really come on here late this year. Naomi Gerard, left wing, Paris in the corner, the senior. Paris on the right-handed dribble. Down low, Ballard in the paint, too strong, gets the rebound. Ballard fouled, but it was on the floor. She put it up and in, but they ruled a foul as she brought in the offensive rebound. A little bit of a tough break. They're gonna get the foul on the guard, Milashenko, her first. So the Mount will inbound, 20 to shoot, 2:58 to play. First quarter, baseline right, Gerard. Into the corner for Paris, and around the perimeter goes. Here's Torget, who can shoot that 3-ball. Paris now on the wing, and she throws it away. Live ball turnover. Here comes Garcia driving all the way in. Oh, blocked away, Torget. The VCU transfer, the senior. Brings it up quickly. Torget swings it. Lindsay in the corner. Up top, Gerard. Gerard back to Lindsay. Baseline drive, Lindsay. Swings it cross court, now up top, Paris. Paris lobbing over the top, too strong. A turnover out of bounds. Merrimack basketball. Oh, the Mount really looking to work it inside and let Ballard be their difference maker in the early on today. Ballard again in her one matchup against Merrimack scored 10 points in 20 minutes. Now here come the Warriors. Up top, Garcia. Garcia stepping into a 3, high arcing. It's an air ball short. Oh, they're going to get a foul on the Mount on the rebounding effort. Paris was not happy. She just got her second foul, 4th team foul. So Merrimack will be inbounding the basketball. The Mount's going to find a way to get on the glass. That is a 3rd Merrimack offensive rebound. They're tied in this game in total rebounds, 10 apiece. Now, quick post touch Kiefer. Oh, blocked away. Ballard with the denial. Here comes the Mount down by 1. Quickly up Lindsay. Torget turned down an open 3. Ballard in the corner, or I should say Powell, who just checked back into the corner. Jamison, the Mount moving it around the perimeter. Mount's going to have to knock down some open shots. Torget 3, no good. But the Mount's got the rebound. Ballard, she's been everywhere. Here's Lindsay driving. Lindsay scooping. No. Ballard rebound again. On the low block, kick out, Torget. Up top, Jamison. Here, right wing is Lindsay. She's going to try to drive it once more. Lindsay scores! On the drive. Off glass and in. And the Mount's back in front. 12-11 leading. Merrimack, quick post touch, Kiefer. Kick out. It's Garcia driving. Nearly had it torn away. Merrimack basketball. On the outside, Milashenko. 1 dribble, 3-ball, back iron, no. And the Mount's got the rebound. Bringing it up quickly is Alana Powell. Alana Powell driving. Pull-up jumper, banks it in from 15 feet. And the Mount's on top, 14-11. Alana Powell knocking it down. Post touch here, Kiefer. Back out, 3-ball en route. Milashenko finally getting her first 3, tying it up, 14 apiece. And the action is coming off it here. 14 all as we're inside a minute to play in the first quarter of the MAAC quarterfinal. Torget up top. Lindsay driving. Great feed. Ballard scores! Oh, it should have been a foul. No whistle. Ballard has got 7 on the Mounts in front. 16-14. Garcia, 10-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Here is Roman. Roman, first team all MAAC, blocked away. Ballard is dominated. Roman got it back. Finding Reddick, pull up. No good, hit the iron twice. Ballard the rebound. Oh my, it's Amber Ballard's world, and we're all just living in it. Shot clock is off. Powell into the front court. 2-point lead for the Mount. They're going to hold for the final shot. Powell on the outside with the basketball. Powell lobbing for Lindsay, top of the key. Lindsay trying to drive it with 4. Lindsay turning the jumper, front iron, no, and the first quarter ends. Oh, Lindsay had a wide open shot, could not get it to go. The 6th-seeded Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers 16, the 3rd-seeded Warriors of Merrimack 14, the winner to take on Fairfield tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. in the MAAC semifinal. We're going to take a break, and we return here to Boardwalk Hall right after this. Again, our score, the Mount 16, Merrimack 14. This is Mount basketball.
Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
What a huge first quarter for Amber Ballard. And she was really the difference maker for Mount St. Mary's. 16-14, the Mount is in front of Merrimack here 10 minutes in as we'll begin the second quarter momentarily. You know, Merrimack's big. Madison Roman, 17 double-doubles on the year, coming off of a game against Niagara in Merrimack's final game of the year where she had 22 points and 17 rebounds. And in that opening quarter, Roman played 8 minutes. She scored 2 points, did have 4 rebounds. But for the Mount, their big Ballard was incredible. 7 points, 7 rebounds. She did it all in that opening quarter. Played 8 minutes. Can the Mount get more scoring from their guards in this second quarter? 16-14, Mount St. Mary's in front. So happy to have you with us here from this momentous day here for Mount basketball. These teams start working together really in the month of June. And it is a long journey to get to this moment. Who can seize the moment? The Mount trying to get to their second straight MAAC semi-final. Mount St. Mary's basketball. Powell is outside the lane left. Up top for Ferguson. Jamison right wing. Post catch. Kangwin double team. She had it knocked away. It's going out of bounds. It'll stay Mount ball. 15 to shoot. 16-14. Mount St. Mary's in front. The Mount shot only 29% for the field in that first quarter, but they still have the lead. From the sideline, Powell the inbound. Kangwin, her size and physicality important for the Mount today. Jamison around the perimeter, into the corner. Powell's driving at baseline. Powell, and her pass was deflected, and it went straight up, and it hit the underside of the backboard out of bounds. It stays Mount basketball, but there's only 6 now on the shot clock. The lob in. Kangwin fouled. Kangwin gets the ball in the paint, goes up strong in front of the MAAC logo, and gets fouled. And here is Kangwin averaging 1.1 points per game. She's 4 for 7 at the line this year. She is scoreless in 6 of her last 7, and she has scored now, hitting the first of 2 free throws. The foul there was on number 11, Oriel Kiefer. Second free throw did not go. Merrimack basketball, the Mount leads by 3. Here is Garcia in the center logo, knocked away by Powell. It goes into the backcourt. Garcia's got it back 16 to shoot. Here's Reddick, post touch outside the lane now. Going to work Kiefer in the lane, turning. She's on the MAAC logo, back outside for Reddick. 8 to shoot. Kiefer, 3-ball contested, no good. Rebound fought for, jump ball. It's going to be Merrimack basketball. And all of a sudden, the Mount faithful are erupting behind us here at Boardwalk Hall. The Mount has brought a nice contingent here today. As baseline left, 20 to shoot, Merrimack will inbound. Up top, catching Marashenko. Now Reddick, stepping into the zone, runner. For there, no, the Mount the rebound. Powell will bring it up, 3-point lead in the basketball. Alana Powell on the dribble. Jamison right wing driving. Jump stop, and fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And it's going to be on Kiefer, the 6'3" grad forward, and all defensive team selection. She is the MAAC leader with 64 blocks on the year. She just got her second foul with 8:52 to play here in this second quarter. Now here is the 5th-year senior, Jamison at the line, shooting 2 high, arcing. That free throw brings rain with it. And it hits the right side of the iron and bounds away. Playing in her 100th game in her collegiate career, a 3-year starter, the athletic guard, second attempt. Rattles around, no good. And she misses them both. Merrimack rebound, here come the Warriors. Down by 3, Garcia driving, kick out Roman down the lane. Back to Garcia, inside the arc. Malashenko, 3-ball, backhand or no, high bounding rebound. Reddick's got it from Merrimack, now for Roman, scores. And it's a 1-point game, first bucket of the second quarter for the Warriors, 17-16, Mount St. Mary's. Powell drives to the foul line extended, hot or not. Kangwin double teamed on the post, kick out, down the lane, Ferguson scores for the runner. She was all alone, and Wesley Ferguson takes it, hot or not, with a steal, and here comes the Mount. Hodonot goes flying off the court. Mount St. Mary's, Powell, the Hodonot, she's okay, what a play. She crashed into one of the tables here off the court, and she's okay. Jamison, left wing, Ferguson, 15 to shoot. Ferguson driving, Hodonot, 3-ball, too strong. Kangwin the rebound. Kangwin, jump ball. She was tied up. It stays Mount St. Mary's basketball. 7:51 to play, second quarter. Oh, Kangwin getting a big ovation here for the Mount faithful. 19-16, Mount St. Mary's in front. Baseline right, inbounding Powell. Powell lobs it in. Outside the lane, Bullard has checked back into the game for the Mount after a quick respite. Hodonot open 3 right side, across the iron, no. The Mount kept it alive. Offensive rebound. Jamison 3 off the right side of the iron. Roman the rebound. Oh, the Mount had 2 wide open looks. Couldn't get one to go. Now Milashenko. Left wing 3-ball en route. Good. Molly Mannion knocks it down and ties the game at 19 all. Oh, Mannion's been red hot off the bench today. She's got 7. Bottom on the outside. What a change there. The Mount had 2 wide open threes that did not go. Looking for a 6-point lead. Now we're tied. It's a post touch for Bullard. Double team. The Mount moving it. Here's Ferguson inside the arc, 10 to shoot. Powell. They switch defensively. Powell driving. Powell spinning in the lane, scoring with a right-handed runner. And the Mount's back in front. 21-19. Mount St. Mary's. Powell's got 6-3 ball. Milashenko. Back iron, no. Rebounder by Merrimack. Roman on the outside. Roman driving, had it knocked away. Recovers. Mannion, 3 for the lead. It does not go. Ballard's got the rebound, knocked away. And it's Mount basketball leading 21-19 here with 6:38 to play in this quarter. Oh, what a game we have got here on hand. An exciting quarterfinal here as Naomi Gerard is back into the game, and against pressure, the Mount is going to break it with 2 seconds to spare. Gerard front court now for Hadanat, and the Mount gets into a half-court set. They want to run their set. Hadanat around the screen, going right, finding Gerard, right wing 3 ball en route. Back iron, no. Rebound going out of bounds. It stays Mount basketball. Ballard got a hand on it. It was knocked away by Garcia, and the Mount will inbound baseline right. Boy, the Mount just cannot get a 3 ball to go. They are now 1 for 11 from 3 in this game. Ballard up top, looking to hand off for Hadanat. Instead, it's Ferguson. Right wing, Lindsay driving. Lindsay carried it. Good call. And a turnover that gives the basketball to Merrimack. 6:08 to play, 21-19. Mount St. Mary's in front. The Mount brings a little bit of pressure. Garcia goes past it. Inside the arc, double team. Now Reddick, back to Garcia. The Mount everywhere right now. Travel by Reddick, and she tried to drive it right, and it's Mount St. Mary's basketball. 5:57 to play in this second quarter. A 4th straight year, the Mount is in the quarterfinal. Can they take the step to the semis for a 2nd consecutive campaign? Here's Ferguson up top for Gerard. Gerard deflected pass, live ball turnover. Merrimack the other way, Mannion driving. Mannion runner, no good. Leslie the rebound, and she got fouled. 3rd foul on Merrimack in the quarter. Mannion's shot looked like it was tipped there by Gerard. Great defensive play, the foul on Garcia. And the Mount is making every basket tough for the Warriors right now. Here's Mount St. Mary's. Leslie, such a great driver of the basketball. Bringing it now. Hadanat comes to get it, top of the key. Left wing Ferguson. Jump pass down low. Ballard's got it. And she puts it off pass. And in. Oh, the Mount got it to Ballard in her office. And she went right to work. She's got 9. It's knocked away. It's going out of bounds. Merrimack basketball. Oh, Gerard is getting her hand on everything right now. 23-19. Mount St. Mary's. 5:10 to play in this second quarter. Great atmosphere here at Boardwalk Hall. The lob goes into the backcourt. Garcia will bring it up. And it's knocked away again by Gerard. Out of bounds. Merrimack basketball. Oh, the Mount's making everything tough. Garcia lost it. It's on the floor. It's a line ball turnover. Gerard will bring it up, and Garcia fouled her, trying to take it back. 4th team foul on Merrimack. Right at the 5-minute whistle, and we're going to have a media timeout. Torgon's getting ready to check back in. That is a 2nd foul on Garcia. Listen to the Mount fans roar. 23-19. Mount St. Mary's leads it. 5 minutes to play, second quarter of this MAAC quarter final here from Atlantic City.
Every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
Hey, Mount fans, looking for insurance you can trust? Meet Daisy Gardner from Lindquist Insurance. With expertise in personal, commercial, and life insurance, Daisy is dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. Call Daisy Gardner today and experience the friendly professional service you deserve. The number 240-297-0628. Mount fans, protect your future with Daisy. Well, our Ralph Grunt, head statistician here, said it best there at the break. Mount St. Mary's is just playing with a different level of energy right now, and they are the team getting those 50-50 balls, and even though the Mount has shot 1 of 11 from 3, only 32% from the floor altogether. Here is Mount St. Mary's on top of the 3-seed Merrimack, 23-19, 5 minutes to play second quarter. For the Mount, only one starter on the floor here as we return to action. Gerard, Torget, Harris, Lindsay, and Ballard are on the floor. Ballard has got 9 points, 8 rebounds in 11 minutes. Mount basketball. As Torget will inbound here for the Mount. And Gerard will bring it up. Gerard's hit the lone Mount 3, and it was banked in. Merrimack's got 14 fouls, so the Mount's in the bonus if they're fouled. It doesn't matter if it's in the act of shooting. 3-ball, Gerard, top of the key. Banked off, no good. Torget's got the rebound. The Mount another board. Backs it up. Here's Lindsay. Lindsay driving, jump pass, baseline in the corner, Paris. Up top, Torget, 3 en route, and it's short, grazing the iron. Merrimack the other way. The Mount's going to have to knock down some jumpers. Roman, left of the lane, jump pass, stolen by the Mount, live ball, turnover. Torget brings it up quickly, center of the floor. Torget looking to hand it off. Right wing, Paris. Cross-court feed. Gerard, 3, good! And the Mount has got their largest lead of the quarterfinal. On top by 7, quickly the other way. Melashenko for Reddick. Top of the key, going right, pull-up jumper. It's a 2, front iron, no. Bounding rebound. They're going to get a foul on the Mount. The Mount got the board, but there was a lot of body contact in the process. Mannion goes down to the floor. And Kayla Lindsay got her first foul, first on the Mount in the corner. Merrimack will inbound, and they are now down by 7. Baseline right, the inbound coming. It's lobbed up top. Oh, Torget got a fingertip on it. It rolls into the backcourt. Merrimack will get it. Melashenko brings it up. The outstanding 3-point shooter, Melashenko. He's only hit 1 today. The Mount would like to keep it that way. Here's Reddick inside the arc. Melashenko, long 3, no. Offensive rebound, Roman in the paint, right hand. Can't get it to go. Fight for the board. Merrimack's got it. Oh, what a block! Melashenko with a 3. Lindsay sent it into the crowd. Wow! A statement. Merrimack basketball. 18 on the clock. 3:33 to play. That was an incredible block. Mount St. Mary's, the fans of the Mount are well outnumbering the fans of Merrimack, and that energy, I think, has been important here. Reddick on the outside, center logo between the rings, left-handed dribble, 13 to shoot, sent to the corner. Here for Mannion, she's been outstanding. Driving right, kicks it. Madison Roman, the big's got a three. Good! Oh, a huge shot. Madison Roman, 23% from three on the year. She cuts the Mount lead to 4, late in the shot clock. Garrard now for Paris, right wing. Paris driving to the foul line, kick out. Garrard on the wing, pass deflected. Garrard's already made 2 threes today. He had 10 all year. Now in the corner, Paris with 10 to shoot. Driving baseline, Paris kicks it. Around it goes, Torget with 5, mid-range, pull up, front iron, no. Oh, Ballard's got the rebound in the lane, and a travel. And it's Merrimack basketball, 2:48 to play here in the second quarter. 26-22, Mount St. Mary's. Roman has 8 points here for Merrimack. Here is Reddick on the outside, jump pass, foul line, Roman. Swinging back line, ball turnover. The Mount 2-on-2, Garrard bouncing, it was kicked away. A Pele special. I'd say a messy special right there by Mannion. It'll stay Mount basketball. I saw Messi and what is their team? Inter Miami were practicing at UMBC. Messi is in Catonsville, Maryland today. You don't say that every day. Baseline right, the Mount to inbound as we get back on task. Powell inbounds to Ballard. Back to Powell. She's on the right wing, double team. It's knocked away. It'll stay Mount basketball. 23 to shoot. They're playing in Baltimore, the Miami team. They're practicing on the campus at UMBC today. How about that? Did you know Babe Ruth once played at the Mound? The inbound back to the bucket of the low post is Ballard. Everybody gets a touch. Hot and out in the corner. Back up top. Here's Jamison. Post touch. Ballard going to her left side. Ballard can't get it over the iron. Missed the shot. Merrimack the rebound. Here they come down by 4. On the drive, Reddick. Kick out. Shishkina 3-ball. Oh, in and out. Offensive rebound. Reddick. Kick out. Roman top of the key triple. Missed badly, but Merrimack runs it down. They throw it off Jamison, and it's Merrimack basketball with 1:58 to play. Both teams have really struggled to get defensive rebounds off 3-point misses. Ballard's going to exit here. She's not in foul trouble. The Mount trying to keep her fresh for down the stretch. Big final 2 minutes of the first half here. The Mounts had a great half, but they love to have something to show for it. Reddick on the outside, going left, inside the arc, turning, fading jumper. Oh, what a shot! What a shot from about 17 feet contested. It's a 5-0 Merrimack run there within 2. Lindsay right side. Lindsay driving. She scoops it up, can't get it over the iron. Kind of a wild shot. Merrimack down by 2 the other way. Shishkina driving, kicking. Baseline take Reddick. Up top, Melashenko. Now Reddick, mid-range jumper for the tie, too strong. Roman, rebound, foul. She's going to the line to shoot 2. Merrimack battling back with 1:18 to play second quarter. The Mount got a 3-ball by Garrard to take a 7-point lead, but now Roman's at the line shooting 2 with a chance to tie it up. That foul was on Lindsay, and she has got 2 fouls for Mount St. Mary's. Roman 1 of 2 in the line today. Or 0 of 1, I should say. Free throw, no good, back iron. 26-24, Mount St. Mary's. You are listening to the MAAC quarterfinals. A 4th straight year the Mount is in this game. Roman missed them both, front iron. Kangwin, who's had a great first half of the rebound. Here comes the Mount. 2-point lead in the basketball. Powell jogs it across the timeline. She's between the rings. Powell around the screen. They switch. Powell on the outside. Powell, crossover dribble, spinning. Powell swings it. Ferguson. Here's Hadanat down the baseline. Under the hoop, reverse layup, no good. It's kept alive. Hadanat's got it back. Kick out. Powell, jumper, top of the key, spins off the iron, no. And they're going to get a foul on Kangwin over the back. And that is going to be a 13th foul on the Mount. Not a bad possession there. As the Mount got 2 pretty good looks. Now here is Merrimack with the basketball. Mannion now has it. Well on the outside near the logo. Mannion's had a great first half against the 2-3, so 26-24 Mount St. Mary's. 20-second difference shot clock and game clock. Mannion looking down low, post touch. Roman fouled and she scores. Going to her left. And in this first half that has seen the Mount lead for the majority of it, Roman is at the line trying to give the Warriors the lead. As Kanglin gets 2 fouls in short order. 31.9 seconds remaining here in this first half. Free throw, back iron, no. Boy, Roman 0 of 4 from the line, and the Mounts got it in this tie game, and they can just about hold for the final shot. Powell's gonna walk it up and hold it well outside left, not pressured. The play call has been given, 14 to shoot. The clock is ticking. Powell with a right-handed dribble. Screen comes, Powell with 8. Powell backed up on the dribble. Remember the Mounts of the bonus. Powell had it knocked away for a moment. She's driving, got it back. Powell's got it, 2 to shoot. Powell, contact, shot clock violation. It'll be Merrimack basketball. Less than a second remaining, 0.4 on the clock. Not really time to catch and shoot. Merrimack will inbound, and it's halftime here at Boardwalk Hall. So the Warriors finish the first half on a 7-0 run, and we go to the break all tied at 26. Mount St. Mary's and Merrimack. Merrimack the 3 seed, the Mount the 6 seed here in the MAAC quarterfinal from Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. We are so happy to have you with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, an in-depth look at halftime stats, and then we'll have a conversation with Mount St. Mary's 5th-year senior. What a proud representation of this outstanding Mount women's basketball program, Jaden Jamison. That's all coming up. Our Mount halftime show, as you were listening to Mount basketball from the MAAC tournament here from Atlantic City, tied at 26 here from Boardwalk Hall.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
Hey, Mount fans, looking for insurance you can trust? Meet Daisy Gardner from Lindquist Insurance. With expertise in personal, commercial, and life insurance, Daisy is dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. Call Daisy Gardner today and experience the friendly professional service you deserve. The number 240-297-0628. Mount fans, protect your future with Daisy.
The time has come. The steak and cheese sandwich is back at Roy Rogers. Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
halftime here from Boardwalk Hall as Mount St. Mary's and Merrimack are tied at 26 as the Mount. They built a 7-point lead, 26-19. Merrimack able to battle back a 7-0 run to finish the first half. And here we are tied at the break. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. Mount St. Mary's shot 28% from the floor, 2 of 15 from 3. They were 4 of 8 from the foul line. Merrimack, on the other side of the equation, they shot 31% of the floor, 3 of 16 from 3, 1 of 6 from the foul line. The bigs were really outstanding in the first half. Madison Roman of Merrimack scoring 9 points. She had 11 rebounds in that first half of play. Other Merrimack scores. Molly Mannion off the bench had a quick 7. 3 from Eleshenko, who is 1 of 9 from three-point range. 2 each for Kiefer Garcia and Reddick. Shishkina had 1. For Mount St. Mary's, what a first half for Amber Ballard, 9 points and 9 rebounds. The Mount then got 6 points from Alana Powell, 6 for Naomi Gerard, who had 2 threes in the half. Ferguson had 2, Lindsay had 2, Kangwin had 1 for Mount St. Mary's. Jameson and Hadanat, Paris and Torget played, but did not score. Important stats in that first half. Turnovers, the Mount forced 8 Merrimack turnovers. Rebounding in the half, 29-26. Merrimack, there's a lot of offensive rebounding. 14 for the Warriors, 13 for Mount St. Mary's. So once again, the bigs have been the dominant forces. Madison Roman, 9 points and 11 rebounds. For the Mount, Amber Ballard, 9 points and 9 rebounds. We take another break, and we will return here to Boardwalk Hall with a conversation with Mount St. Mary's 5th-year senior Jaden Jameson. That chat comes up right after this. Our halftime score, Mount St. Mary's 26, Merrimack 26. This is Mount basketball from the MAAC tournament in Atlantic City.
At the 6 o'clock men's semifinals during halftime. You don't want to miss the madness.
Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, they're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
They do now.
Yeah,
It didn't take long.
but as like a 2-year-old, I definitely want to.
Back to Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. My name is Adam Pohl, and I'm so happy to be joined by Mount St. Mary's senior guard in Jaden Jamison. Jaden, fifth year, right? So a grad guard, and with that, you have seen a little bit of it all, the transition from the NEC, the trip to the NCAA tournament, and now being a leader on this team. What has this full career arc been like for you?
It's been quite the journey. It's definitely been up and down, some highs and lows. I started off really not having that many minutes, and I was working to really develop my skill and watch the people in front of me because they were very experienced, and I was fortunate to come into a good group of players who were able to lead and teach me and help me develop my skill and learn what it takes to be a leader that I am today. And I think, as I've come into these last 2 years, it's helped me grow into the player that I am today.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, too, because when I think about your game from a few years ago, there are players in this Mount team that remind me a lot of how you played as a freshman and a sophomore. Do you think that's right?
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think I definitely, one of the people I watched the most, I feel like, was Arne. I think because my role coming in was like to shoot open threes and look to get my teammates the ball. And I think because being surrounded by Jess and Hunt and Jada Lee and Michaela Harrison and Arne Taylor, I think that was the main focus for me, was looking to help them get open shots. And then also when I had the opportunity to shoot, and I think I really focused and worked around Mick and Arne to help me develop my game, especially with Arne and Mick being shooters. I think that helped me the most.
Talk about the arc of this team in general, because this team that you have right now, I mean, even in your exhibition season leading up, you were blowing teams out of the water. You had a really good start in the non-conference and then won those first 2 conference games against 2 good teams. I believe it was Iona and Marist to start. But when Gabby Kennerly went down with injury, you guys were around the 500 mark. That was almost halfway through league play. There was a feeling that might be a little bit of a death sentence for this team, and it hasn't been that way at all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt like that at the beginning, and definitely Gabby being a key piece to our team and a key contributor, that was it hurt our team a little bit, but we knew that other people had to step up, and we've had people step into their roles and play them well, and we've helped to cover that gap for Gabby and hold it down since she has been out. And I think that the people that stepped up have done a good job stepping up to help this team make the jump that we needed to in order to fill that role for Gabby.
There are some teams in basketball, what do you have, 15 players, something like that?
Yes.
Some teams in basketball, 15 players, 7 play.
Mm-hmm.
For you guys, you have 15 players, 15 play. Has that really led to a better continuity as far as the team atmosphere? Because when everybody is seeing a piece of the floor, everybody's got a real heart and chunk in it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely helped us a lot in terms of depth. I feel like in years past, we used to play with those lineups you discussed before with that 7 deep, and I think this has helped us be able to give our starters a break and allow people to come in and give us that spark off the bench and give a new look to the floor on offense and defense and get us going if we have those slow starts, or if we have a good start, they help keep that going. And I think that depth is really a true part of that, is because having those versatile players allows us to show different looks on the floor.
Yeah, and it shows because the Mountain is a very athletic team that can help you if you fall behind and causing turnovers to come back. But it also matters because whether it's an injury or foul trouble, you can kind of mitigate it.
Yes, that is true. And I think that's been the key part, too, because I think, having those players that allows people to get those breathers. And if you happen to get in foul trouble, we have somebody who can sub in and help pick up those minutes where you might have to sit down or whatever the case may be. And I think that's helped us tremendously, especially down to stretch.
Jaden Jamison with us today, Mount St. Mary's senior. Is it hard to believe that we're here in Atlantic City already? I mean, it's such a long process. You start the year earlier now as far as you're practicing as a team. So it's a long wind up to the season.
and then you've got the non-conference, and then obviously into the conference play. It's got to be so exciting to be right here, right now.
Yes, it's very exciting and a little bittersweet because this will be my last time heading to Atlantic City. So I'm trying to take everything all in and cherish each moment and cherish each season that we have. I think that's one of the things Coach White talks about is that you have the 3 separate seasons. You have the non-conference season, you have regular season, and then you have the postseason. And I think that's the biggest thing for me has been trying to cherish every moment and cherish every part of the season we have, especially going into Atlantic City. It's a very fun and exciting environment to play in, and I'm glad to be going in it with this team.
All right, Jaden, best of luck. We hope you have many moments to cherish in a long postseason run.
Thank you, Adam.
That's Mount St. Mary's guard, Jaden Jamison. We're going to take a break. We're back with more right after
Offerings from Finn City Brewing, from their home in Ocean City, all across the great state of Maryland. And while heading to the shore, visit their new tap room at 12911 Ocean Gateway, Unit 2 in West Ocean City. Finn City Brewing, born on the water of Ocean City.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Educational Systems Federal Credit Union is proud to support the education community on the court, on campus, and everywhere in between. For more than 70 years, Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, they're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
We're tied at 26 here in the MAAC quarterfinal, the final MAAC quarters of women's basketball in this 2026 MAAC championship here in Atlantic City. So happy to have you with us as alongside our head statistician Ralph Grunt. My name is Adam Pohl. Doubleheader of Mount basketball today. The Mount men will play in the final men's quarterfinal later tonight at 8:30 start. Mount St. Mary's and Siena. We're tied at 26. Merrimack, a 7-0 run to start or to close the first half. It'll be Merrimack basketball here as we get going in this second half of play. So happy to have you with us. Mount St. Mary's 23-17 in the regular season over the last 2 years. They came into this year having won 6 in a row against Merrimack. Merrimack swept them in this regular season. Warriors basketball. Roman under the hoop, double team, kick out. Kiefer now, tied at 26. Here's Reddick. First possession, third quarter, swinging it right side. Baseline drive, call up Garcia, and they rule she was fouled by Ferguson. And I think it's going to be in the act of shooting. And Ferguson is going to, or I say Garcia's at the line shooting 2. looking to give Merrimack the lead, and she does so as she knocks down the first. Merrimack was just 1 of 6 from the line in that first half. Garcia's second. Bounding around, no good. Tipped out, and the Mount wins the rebound. 27-26 Warriors in front. Hodenout's got the basketball front court. Now Ferguson center circle. Ferguson going outside right. Jump pass up top. Powell. They're trying to post up. Ballard. Powell threw it away. Live ball turnover. Merrimack the other way. The Mount's got to get their offense going early in this third quarter. Melashenko just 1 of 9 from 3 in that first half. Now Key for a Euro step. Back iron, no. It's tipped out. Merrimack gets the long rebound. Reddick, right wing, Melashenko. And the Mount taking away an easy look post touch. Kiefer, they're going to rule a foul on the Mount on the pass cross court. Foul's going to be on Ferguson. Well, that is the third personal on Ferguson. She gets 2 very quickly here in this third quarter. Baseline right, it'll be Kiefer to inbound. All of a sudden the Mount's got 2 quick team fouls here. Into the corner, Reddick. Reddick on the drive, tough runner right hand, good. Reddick hits Merrimack. First 3 points of the second half. They're in the midst of a 10-0 elongated run. They're on top 29-26. Here's Powell. Powell going right on the drive, kick out, Hodenout right wing. Hodenout up top for Jamison. Now left wing catching Lindsay. Lobbing it in, post touch. Live ball turnover, stolen Garcia. Merrimack a hot start, behind the back dribble. All the way in, scoops it home. What a move. Oh, a big start for the Warriors. And they're up by 5. The Mount has taken a punch here. Will they be able to respond? Powell up top, Jamison. Here is Hodenout. Hodenout, the veteran. Now Lindsay driving right. Swinging it, deflected away, out of bounds. Mount basketball, 16 to shoot. The Mount's having a tough time playing that inside-out game, finding Ballard, who had 7 points in the first quarter. She's got 9 right now. Jamison, they got to get it in. She gets it to Lindsay. Now Powell up top. Powell driving left near the baseline under the hoop. Swings it, threw it away. Merrimack looking for those cross-court passes. Turnovers galore for the Mount early. Roman, now Reddick up top, key for 3 ball. Front iron, no, hit the iron twice. And the Mount's got the rebound. Ballard took a shot in the chop. She's fighting it off. The Mount comes the other way quickly. Lindsay driving inside the arc, kick out. Up top, Jamison didn't take the 3. Hodenout left wing 3 ball off the iron. Oh, did the Mount need it? Merrimack comes the other way, leading by 5. On the drive, Garcia. Dribbled it off her foot, out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's basketball. 7:31 to play third quarter. Powell's going to come out, Gerard in. 31-26, Merrimack in front. As Gerard brings it up here for Mount St. Mary's. Left wing catching Jamison on the outside. The Mount having a tough time getting it inside. Here's Hodenout backing it up on the dribble. 17 to shoot. Gerard's made 2 threes. She's driving it. Gerard all the way in, off glass, scores the basketball. A desperately needed bucket for Mount St. Mary's. 31-28 Merrimack. That ends a 12-0 run. Roman's got it, low block, fouled, and she scores. That was too easy. A post touch for Roman. She caught it and went to work right away. Roman at the line. 5-point lead for the Warriors. Now that hurts when you're trying to gain a little bit of momentum if you are the Mount here. Now Roman, who's had a tough day at the charity strike, missed all 4 free throws. The lefty, it's in the air, and it is good. Rattling around and falling home. 6-point Merrimack lead. 34-28. 16:56 remains in the game altogether. We're in the third quarter. Jamison up top for Gerard. Pump fake and a 3. Gerard driving, stopping in the lane. Swings it right wing big. Leslie 3. It's strong. She was wide open. It's an air ball. Merrimack will come the other way, and they're on the run. Garcia drives it in and plucked away by Ballard. And, oh, she gets it back. Then she got fouled. And the basketball's rolling all the way back towards us here. Fouls on the floor. 6:35 to play third quarter. big spot in the game for Mount St. Mary's. They played such an outstanding first half, but they did not have the lead when it was all said and done, and you were worried about that. As now a live ball turnover. Hadonat on the break. Hadonat all the way. Lays it up. No good. Gerard the foul. No. And the Mount cannot finish. Big opportunity. Lost foul on the Mount. And that is a 15 foul. And Merrimack has not committed any. And they're going to go to the line to shoot two. Big opportunity missed. Hadonat and Gerard unable to finish. And now Garcia shoots two at the line. And Merrimack starts to inch away. 34-28 leading. And now shooting 27% for the four. Free throw no good for an iron. Now the second attempt. It's in the air and good. 35-28 Merrimack, and the Mount needs an answer. 6:23 to play third quarter. Lindsay, front court left, looking to drive it. Kick out, Hadonat well beyond the three-point line as she sizes up the defender. Now right corner. Here's Gerard. Jump pass down low, knocked away. Looking for Ballard. Merrimack forcing another turnover. Roman on the run over to Reddick. No good, blocked away. And Mount St. Mary's has got it. Hadonat front court left. Big stop for the Mount. Hadonat up top, Jamison. Down low, Ballard catches and scores with a foul. They finally got the ball to Ballard on the low block, and she's able to go to work to her left side, and it's a 35-30 game. Third foul, I think, there on Kiefer, number 11 for Merrimack. That's a big foul for the Merrimack blocks leader. Free throw coming. Ballard 52% of the year. No good. Back iron. Merrimack the rebound. They push it up quickly. Here's Reddick. Got it kind of tucked away on her right hip. Now up top for Garcia. Center logo. Bouncing. Roman left of the lane. Jumper good. Mid-range. She took it wide open and headed. And it's 37-30. Now cannot gather any momentum here. They need it. Be able to put together a few stops. Hadonat going right away from the screener. Up top, Paris. Paris now for Jamison going left. It's Gerard, long three ball. Oh, she hits another! Her third of the game. Naomi Gerard's keeping them out of the hunt. Here's Melashenko. She had hit 10 all year. She's got 3 today. Roman up top the big. Now Reddick. Roman trying to post up. Down low catching, swinging it, throws it away, out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's basketball. 5:03 left, third quarter. And it feels like Merrimack has taken the game over, but all of a sudden the Mount is only down by 4. And they've got the basketball. Gerard's got 11. The French-Canadian sophomore coming to life in the quarterfinal. She has really stepped it up of late. Hadonat driving. Hadonat in the lane, the kick out. Here's Jamison, right wing. Jamison stopping foul and extended. Back out to Hadonat between the rings. Post touch, Kangwin. Kangwin kicks it out, throws it away. And the turnover, it'll be Merrimack basketball when we return. 4:42 to play in the quarterfinal. Women's basketball, Merrimack 37, Mount St. Mary's 33. As we return to Boardwalk Hall right after this. Federal Credit Union is proud to support the education community on the court, on campus, and everywhere in between. For more than 70 years, Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, they're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
Grab one of many offerings from Finn City Brewing. from their home in Ocean City all across the great state of Maryland. And while heading to the shore, visit their new tap room at 12911 Ocean Gateway, Unit 2 in West Ocean City. Fin City Brewing, born on the water of Ocean City.
.442 to play third quarter. Merrimack 37, Mount St. Mary's 33. Now later tonight, the quarterfinals of the men's tournament, where it'll be the 4-seed Quinnipiac and the 5-seed Marist. That game to start at 6 p.m. And then the Mount will be against Siena. The 6-seed Mountaineers against 3-seed Siena. You can watch the game on ESPN Plus. You can listen to it here, whether on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, on YouTube. Audio-only broadcast of this MAAC tournament for Mount basketball, and we're so happy to bring it to you today. The Mount led in this women's quarterfinal for the majority of the third quarter, or excuse me, the majority of the first half. But again, Naomi Gerard 3 made it a 26-19 Mount lead. At that time, that was the largest lead of the game for Mount St. Mary's. Merrimack, though, so importantly closed the first half on a 7-0 run. And then Mount St. Mary's here to open the second half, seeing Merrimack lead by as many as 7, but it's a 4-point game as we return to action. Merrimack basketball, 4:42 to play third quarter. Now the Mount goes deeper into their bench than Merrimack does. So with that being said, you've got a scenario where can the Mount have more in the legs down the stretch to pull it out? Here's the feed down low, catching Mannion, fitting jumper, spins around and goes home. 39-33 Merrimack. The Mount going to the bench right here. Gerard brings it up. The Mount has one starter, Jamison, on the floor. That's it. Torget up top. Torget driving, stopping, foul line, kick out. Now left wing Gerard has made 3 threes. Kangwin on the block, kick out. Gerard, another 3 coming. Back here, no, long rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Merrimack basketball. That was right on line, but it bounded away off the back iron all the way out of bounds. Warriors basketball and a chance for their largest lead of the game.
Here in the second half.
Here is Joy Williams in for her first time and taking a 3 and hitting it. Oh my, from the right of the circle. That hurts. 42-33 Merrimack. A quick 5-0 spurt for the Warriors, and they've got their largest lead of the game. Joy Williams, 32% of the year, knocks down a big one in her first moment of action. Now Jamison drives, puts it off glass with a right-handed shot. No. Merrimack the rebound, a chance for a double-digit lead for the 3-seeded Warriors. Garcia has Melashenko, post-touch Roman, guarded by Kangwin. Roman underneath. They rule a foul, and Roman's going to the line to shoot 2. Didn't look like there was much there. Foul was on Kangwin, her third. 3:31 to play, and the Mount's got to bring their big 3 in quickly. Ballard, Powell, and Hadanat, and not let this game get away from them. 42-33 Merrimack. And a big run to take the lead early in the third quarter, and now a run here as Roman hits the first of 2. First double-digit lead of the game for either side. 43-33, the Warriors are in front. Second on its way. Front iron, no. Powell the rebound. And the Mount's going to come up with it quickly, down by 10. Powell inside the arc, backs it up, double team. Now over to Jamison. Jamison back to Powell. 3-ball en route. Front iron, no. And the rebound to Merrimack. That was a good look. The Warriors are speeding up the Mount a bit. Melashenko on the outside. Now for Garcia. Center of the floor. The Warriors are in control against the Mount Zone. Still 13 minutes of basketball left of this one, though. Garcia up top here for Williams. Now it's loose. Merrimack gets it. Roman with 5 to shoot. Cross-court feed. Garcia now with 2. Has to throw up a prayer. Hits the iron. And the Mount's got the rebound and a foul. They're going to get Melashenko on the foul after the foul rebound. Only the second foul on Merrimack in the quarter. The Mount St. Mary's will inbound. 2:46 to play. As Gerard brings it up quickly inside the arc. Hot on top of the key drive, and she got fouled. Garcia with a hand check. 2:39 on the clock. The Mount will inbound once more. Interesting here. Neither team has used a timeout in the game. Now they'll have a lot to work with in the fourth quarter. 43-33 Merrimack leading now. Jamison inbound, left sideline, front court. Finds Gerard on the wing. Gerard, they're looking down low. They're front of the post. Cross-court feed. Hadanat catches, gets a defender in the air. Mid-range pull-up, short. Offensive rebound. Score, Ballard! Offensive rebound. Put back. Oh, the Mount got a steal. Hadanat finds Jamison. Layup. Good! It's 43-37. What a play by Hadanat. A big steal, and the Mount's within 6. Here's Reddick. Now for Mannion. On the outside, they play catch. There on the Mount faithful, boisterous here. As can Mount get a big stop. Reddick up top for Williams. Williams travels, and it's Mount St. Mary's basketball. Garcia, the starting point guard, has 3 fouls, and she has come out of the game for Merrimack. So now down by just 6. Here comes the Mount. Hadanat straight away going left, inside the arc, driving. Hadanat stopping. Hadanat swings it up top. Jamison down for Paris. Paris, will she take it? 3 ball strong, grazed the iron, no good. Oh, a big opportunity. It was not in rhythm. It was open, though. Williams, jump pass down low. Roman catches. Roman, blocked away Ballard. But they ruled a foul. They ruled a foul. It was clean up top. They got Ballard on the foul, body contact, I guess, and it's going to be, there was Roman at the line again. No, Merrimack living at the line in this third quarter. They're only 5 of 13 for the charity stripe in the game. Roman 2 of 7. She hits 44-37 Merrimack. That foul on Ballard was her second. She's got 13 to lead the way for the Mount. Gerard's got 11. The second attempt for the left-hander, good. 8-point Merrimack lead, 1:35 to play. Third quarter. Can the Mount close strong here to get right back in the rearview mirror? Gerard outside right, around the screen up top. Now Paris the screener, right wing Jamison. They get a post touch here for Ballard up top. Hadanat thought about it, did not take. 13 to shoot. Now swings at Paris left wing. Paris driving. Paris cross-court feed. Jamison 3-ball, air ball. It's loose, and Merrimack's got it. They'll bring it up as we near a minute to play third quarter. Williams front court handing for Reddick. 45-37 Merrimack. They look for a double-digit lead. Reddick for Williams. Up top, reserve guards in the game for Merrimack. 3-ball coming. No good. Off the left side of the iron. Ballard the rebound. The Mount looks to push it. Hadanat up the floor. Hadanat for Gerard. Gerard thought about the 3, no. Hadanat well outside. Cross-court feed Paris. Corner triple. Back iron, no. Ballard kept it alive, but Merrimack the rebound. Roman's got it. 3-second difference shot in game clock. 45-37, the Warriors lead it. On the outside, Reddick. Hadanat trying to pester. The Mount's in the bonus. Hadanat trying to take it away. Reddick guarded closely. 12 to shoot. Reddick trying to drive it on Hadanat. Reddick swings it left wing. Williams 3-ball. Back iron, no. Rebound. They're going to get a foul on the Mount. On the rebounding effort, and Shishkina in the bonus will shoot 2 with 7.9 seconds left in the quarter. And now Leslie and Powell are going to come into the game for the Mount. 45-37 Merrimack. Third foul on Paris. Free throw, good. A second forthcoming for the Russian guard. And she hits it. 47-37 now. As the Mount brings it up, Lindsay goes behind the back, dives on the floor for it, kept it alive, and the quarter comes to an end. So we're going to head to the fourth quarter. Here from Boardwalk Hall, our score, Merrimack 47, Mount St. Mary's 37. 10 minutes to play in the quarterfinal. The winner to take on the 2 seed, Fairfield. We take a break. We return to Boardwalk Hall after this. This is Mount St. Mary's basketball.
The time has come. The steak and cheese sandwich is back at Roy Rogers. Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Fourth quarter here from Atlantic City alongside Ralph Grunt. My name is Adam Pohl. And our score again, 47-37 Merrimack, as they outscore the Mount by 10 in that third quarter. And now lead this quarterfinal here with 10 minutes to play. Addison Roman, I mean, she's just accumulating the stat line, 17 points, 13 rebounds. What a player for the first team all MAAC selection. And let's see what the Mount can do. Ballard's got 13. Garrard's got 11. In that third quarter, Merrimack lived at the line. They shot 11 free throws in the third quarter. The Mount shot 1. And that was really the name of the game. And let's see what the Mount can do here in this fourth quarter. But they need a strong start to the quarter. This is a pivotal moment. Right out of the gate, the Mount's going to have Powell, Garrard, Ferguson, Paris, and Ballard on the floor. Merrimack's done a great job of denying Ballard the touches here in the second half. That's really been the difference. Mount St. Mary's shot 31%, 5 of 16 in that third quarter. Mount basketball. Can they come back in this fourth and final frame? Here's Paris on the right wing. Paris driving left. Paris all the way in, lays it up, scores with the left hand. A big start for the Mount. Paris getting on the board. Her first bucket in this quarterfinal for the senior. Now a feed down low. Mannion lost it. It's loose. Merrimack runs it down. Corner three ball en route. Strong. Offensive rebound. Roman. It's going out of bounds. Mount St. Mary's basketball. Roman tore it away. And the Mount will have it 9:29 to play, down by 8. The Mount needs a run right here, right now. Powell will bring it up here. Alana Powell. Can she be a force scoring the basketball down the stretch? Gerard, 3-ball right wing. Well short, she rushed it. Roman the rebound. Gerard has been the three-point shooter for the Mount today. She's made 3 threes, about 3 of 23 as a team from 3. Roman, low block with a left hand. No! Millard's got the rebound. The Mount runs it up the other way. Powell for Gerard. Transition 3, high arcing. Back iron, no. Long rebound, and Roman's got it. Oh, it was right on line. 8-point lead of the ball for Merrimack. Garcia's got it in the center circle. Garcia with a right-handed dribble. The Mounts into the 2-3 zone. They back off of Garcia. Here's Mannion driving, mid-range pull-up. Off the bounce, and she hits. And ease in nature of her game. 49-39. Merrimack. Powell, outside right, screen left, goes that way. Powell, left wing, Paris. Paris with a right-handed dribble, still on the outside. She's got a 3-ball coming. Front iron, no. Merrimack the rebound. 10-point lead in the basketball for the Warriors. Garcia brings it up quickly. Swings it, right wing 3-ball, Mannion, good. Timeout, Mount St. Mary's. Mannion has been a thorn in the Mount side all year long. She is again today. She scored 5 in a row, and it's 52-39 Merrimack with 8:07 to play in the quarterfinal. Mannion has now got 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting, and that has been an enormous difference maker in this quarterfinal. With 8:07 to play, as we're going to take a quick break. We return with more. 52-39 Merrimack here from Boardwalk Hall.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
Hey, Mount fans, looking for insurance you can trust? Meet Daisy Gardner from Lindquist Insurance. With expertise in personal, commercial, and life insurance, Daisy is dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. Call Daisy Gardner today and experience the friendly professional service you deserve. The number 240-297-0628. Mount fans, protect your future with Daisy.
When did the men play again? At 6? Okay.
We got 8:07 to play. Big spot now for the Mount. Down 52-39. Merrimack has taken control in this quarterfinal. The 3 seed on top. .807 again to play. As the Mount, big doubleheader of basketball later tonight at 8:30 p.m. Mount St. Mary's will play in the men's quarterfinal against Siena here from Boardwalk Hall. What a year it's been for this Mount women's basketball team. Resilient. As the Mount women again, they really had it rolling coming into the new year. Had a tough first 2 weeks of the new year, and it was highlighted in a tough way by Gabby Kenderly's injury that put her out for the year, the Mount's leading scorer, in the middle of January. But they are 7-4 since. They won 2 games at home to earn a bye into this quarterfinal. And they had an outstanding first half. Led 26-19. Merrimack closed on an influential 7-0 run to tie into the break, and Merrimack has led the way throughout this second half. 13-point Merrimack lead. The Mount needs an answer. Mount basketball. Lindsay, jump pass denied. Deflected away. Lindsay gets it back under the hoop. Swings it corner 3. Gerard. Good! Her 4th of the game. What a game for Gerard. She's got 14 points. It's a 10-point game. The last 2 weeks, Naomi Gerard has come to life for the Mount. She comes out to guard Garcia closely. 18 to shoot. Garcia picks up the dribble. Now finds Roman the big on the outside. Foul line extended, catching Kiefer. Kiefer puts it to the floor. Going up against Bullard, blocked away. Ball's on the floor, Kiefer gets it back. 3 to shoot. Timeout, Merrimack. They called timeout with 3 on the shot clock, and they will inbound it. 7:21 to play. It's a 10-point game. As we mentioned it earlier, neither team used a timeout in the first 3 quarters of the game, and unlike in the men's game where if you don't use a timeout in the first half, you lose it. In the women's game, you can just keep them all to the end. So each team had 4 timeouts going into this 4th quarter. Merrimack smartly using it there. That looked like it was going to be a shot clock violation. Now they got a chance. 3 to shoot, 7:21 to play 4th quarter. 52-42, Merrimack leads it. Mount needing a stop. Looking to go on a big run to try to get in the hunt here down the stretch. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. 7:21 to play here in the quarterfinal. 52-42 Merrimack. We welcome you back here to Boardwalk Hall. Melashenko has not taken a shot in the second half. She's not on the floor right now. The inbound to Roman down low. Scores high off the glass. A big bucket for Merrimack. 54-42. They lead them out. They had 3 seconds on the shot clock. They got it into the big post, Roman, and she finished high off the glass. Now Lindsay driving it in underneath the hoop. Lays it up. It's short. Ballard fighting for the rebound. It's loose. Powell, can she run it down the corner? Yes. The Mount's got it. Gerard, they don't have spacing. Gerard, jump ball, alternate arrow. Merrimack. 6:54 to play. 54-42, the Warriors lead it. As the inbound comes into Garcia. Garcia just went down to the ground. She just ate it, and it's out of bounds. Mount basketball. She blew a tire on the open road. And the Mount says, thank you very much. I think she thought she was tripped. Inbound to Powell in the backcourt. So the Mount, unfortunate break there. Powell goes back to the defender. Powell driving it in, stops. Kick out Ferguson. Now left wing for Lindsay. Lindsay driving right, foul line down the right side of the lane. Layup is short for a second straight time. Key for the rebound. Merrimack comes the other way. The Mount's going to have to find their offense. Long lead ahead. Roman, kick out Kiefer. Garcia, repost Roman. Now into the corner. 3-ball coming and good. Mannion hits another. Mannion has been the star of this second half. And Merrimack is up by 15. Timeout Mount St. Mary's with 6:18 to play. Now the Mount wanted to slow down the three-point shooting of Meleshenko. They've done it, but Mannion has been the factor. The Mount just hasn't had an answer. She's 7 of 8 from the floor. She's made 3 threes. She's come off the bench and scored 17 points. She had 27 in the Merrimack win at Knott Arena, her career high. And the combination of Mannion and Roman have scored 20 in this second half. 6:18 to play. The winner is on to take on Fairfield. In the upcoming semifinal tomorrow, a 4th straight year the Mount is in the women's quarters. They have denied the ball from Bullard. Bullard gets the inbound pass, top of the key, gets it to Lindsay between the rings. Mount basketball down by 15. Here's Hadanat going left inside the arc, kicks it. Top of the key, Gerard 3, left side of the air, no. It's tipped out, and the Mount runs down the rebound. Lindsay driving, got it knocked away, stolen. And now Merrimack comes the other way. On the drive, left into layup, no. Tipped out, the Mount gets the rebound, knocked out of Lindsay's hands, out of bounds, Mount basketball. 57-42 Merrimack, 5:51 to play. Lindsay will exit. Jamison will come into the game for the Mount. The Mount needs one of these 8-0 spurts in a minute. They gotta have something big happen, and they gotta have it happen quickly. Hadanat driving right inside the arc, kick out on the wing. Jamison going left, still on the outside. Jamison jump pass, deflected away. Gerard runs it down, 16 to shoot. Gerard, top of the key. Now Hadanat, lob down low, post touch. Ballard double team comes, swings it out. It's loose, 5 to shoot. Gerard finds Jamison, 3 on the clock, drives it in. Tough runner, hit the iron, no. Merrimack the rebound. So they forced them out to take the entire shot clock, and Mount St. Mary's had to take a tough shot. As here's the feed down low, Mannion up top driving it. A swing pass back to Mannion there from Reddick. And Garcia holds near the center circle. 5 minutes and counting here in the quarterfinal. Reddick mid-range pull-up, good. Merrimack starting to run and hide. 59-42 leading. As Hadanat dribbles left. Hadanat now for Jamison. Jamison going right. Jamison bullying her way up. Too strong on the shot. Merrimack the rebound. The Warriors will come the other way. The Mount has gone cold from the floor. They have scored just 16 points in 16 second half minutes. Now catching low block. Roman with a right hand. Wild shot, no. The Mount's got the rebound. Ferguson with it. She'll bring it up quickly. Merrimack got back defensively. Here's Gerard outside left. Gerard trying to drive the basketball. Jump pass deflected. The Mount will run it down. Here's Jamison. Right wing catching Hadanat. 4:07 to play. Hadanat cross court feed knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay Mount basketball. 13 to shoot. 4:04 to play. And now Gerard exits. Torgan is in. 59-42 Merrimack. And the Mount's going to call another timeout. They've only got 1 remaining. 4:04 left here in the quarterfinal. Just feels like Merrimack was able to match the Mount's energy. Mount St. Mary's was the team running down the majority of loose balls in that first half. Mount St. Mary's has shot just 27% in this game. They're 4 of 28 from 3. Incredibly, Gerard has made all 4 threes. With 2 games left in the year, Gerard made 5 threes in the first 27 games of the year. She made 5 in the last 2. She's made 4 today. A wild finish to the year for Gerard. The inbound left wing for Ferguson. The Mount moves it around. Hodonot. Step back triple right wing. Back iron no. Roman the rebound. Merrimack will bring it up inside. 4 minutes to play. The Warriors are on their way here in the MAAC quarterfinal. They're holding the basketball well on the outside, trying to run some clock. Garcia feeds, foul line Reddick. Reddick brings it out of the dribble. Back to Garcia, driving, pull up, running jumper. Back iron does not go. Torget the rebound. Here comes the Mount. Long rebound there. Ferguson back to Torget. They look down low. Good catch. Ballard actually threw her hands. Merrimack live ball turnover. Ballard hasn't even had the chance to score often in this second half. Foul line extended, pull-up jumper short. Long rebound. Torget wins it. She's going to bring it up quickly, one-on-one. Torget all the way, and she gets fouled. And Torget will go to the line to shoot 2 with 3:07 remaining in this fourth quarter.
That's her 4th personal.
4th personal on Garcia. Torget at the line, looking for her first points of the game. Bend to the knee, free throws in the air, and it's an air ball short. Ball just hasn't gone to the basket for the Mount in this second half. That's going to be something they look to address in the offseason, no doubt about it. Second is short, front iron. Merrimack brings it the other way. Once Merrimack took away the Mount's ability to get low touches for Ballard, the Mount just hasn't had much to go to. Foul line catching Mannion. Mannion turning on the right block, guarded by Ballard. Mannion bouncing, Roman down low. Too strong, Ballard the rebound. Here comes the Mount. 2:42 and counting to play in the quarterfinal, down by 17. Jamison for Hodonot, who's had a tough game. The redshirt junior, 0 of 10 for the field. Mid-range pull-up, Ferguson, and she hits it. The Mount's going to bring some pressure. Garcia dribbles through it, 2:25 to play. Garcia dribbles to the right wing. Garcia, runner right hand, short across the iron. Roman fouled, and she's got an and one. It was kind of the old hook and hold. There was a little bit of that right there. But they're going to rule a foul on Ferguson, and Roman, who had Ferguson's arm hooked, is going to go to the line for the and one. (61-44) our score. What a day for Roman, who knocks down the free throw. 22 points, 18 rebounds. 62-44 Merrimack. Torgan will bring it up. Now Jamison playing in her final collegiate game. Hodonot up top. Torget back to Hodonot. Hodonot looking down low for Ballard, and they rule an offensive foul on Ballard, trying to find room down low on the low block. 2:02 to play in the quarterfinal. Antoine White has a lot to be proud of with this year's team. Torget jumps the passing lane. The Mount with a steal. Now Jamison drives into the lane. Kicks into a cutting Torget, who lays it in. 62-46. And Merrimack's got a player grasping for air here. Garcia, their starting point guard. Hands on her knees. 1:54 to play in the quarterfinal. The Mount will bring pressure. Garcia might have to come out of this game because they stopped play for her there. They're trying to keep her in the game. The officials are coming to talk to each other. But I think because they blew the whistle there due to a player injury, she might have to depart for a moment. And now they're going to check actually the monitor to see if there was anything nefarious that forced Garcia to the ground. 1:54 to play in the quarterfinal. 62-46 Merrimack. So happy to have you with us here. Again later tonight, 2 men's quarterfinals. Marist will play Quinnipiac. Marist, the 5 seed, Quinnipiac the 4 at 6. And then half hour following, it'll be Mount St. Mary's and Siena. This place is going to be rocking. The 2 biggest fan bases in the MAAC for that one. Mount St. Mary's the reigning champs. And on the women's side, it's going to be the 1 seed Quinnipiac taking on Iona and the 2 seed Fairfield, 2-time reigning champions, to face the winner of this. And almost certainly it'll be the Warriors of Merrimack. They only played 1 time in the regular season. Fairfield won going away. 62-46 Merrimack, 1:54 to play. My name is Adam Pohl. Ralph Grunt doing a great job on stats. We're so happy to have you with us here. These teams work so hard all year long, and it culminates here. 13 teams in the MAAC battle, a 20-game conference regular season. The top 10 make it here. 7 through 10 have to play to try to get to the quarters. And now here we are in this quarterfinal. The 3 seed Merrimack, 62, the 6 seed Mount St. Mary's, 46. The question is whether they're going to rule anything here against the Mount.
After review, the call on the floor is confirmed. There is no unobserved flagrant foul.
So no flagrant foul. Merrimack will inbound here. It would have been a flagrant against the Mount had there been one there. That's what they were checking. So Merrimack will inbound, and the Mount now, I mean, they can set up their press. They weren't really set previously. Mannion to inbound. Mannion looking, running the baseline, finds Garcia, who will bring it through some traffic into the front court. Back to Mannion. 1:47 and counting in the quarterfinal. Mannion outside right. These teams had to wait to play in the final quarterfinal game. The Mount led early. Merrimack was able to rebound, tie it at the break, and take over the second half. Reddick, late shot clock 3 across the iron. No, Ballard the rebound. Here comes the Mount. 1:25 and counting in the quarterfinal. Fourth quarter, the Mount's down 16. Ferguson between the rings. The sophomore. Ferguson up top. Hot or not. Right wing catching Jamison. And a foul on the outside. Second team foul on Merrimack. The Mount will inbound. 1:15 remaining. Oh, the Mount fans were rocking when the Mount was really taking it to Merrimack. Merrimack's going to bring in 5 reserves here with 1:12 to play. They're going to bring in Gallegos, Williams, Danae Skelton, Michaela Thomas, and also Kristen Kelly. The Mount was at 26-19, and it's now a 42-19 run. As the Mount will threw it in, it was knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay Mount basketball. 19 on the shot clock. And they're going to inbound from the baseline. Torget. 1:10 to play. Torget, baseline right, inbounds to Hodanot. She's got it well on the outside. Hadanat driving right inside the arc, and she got fouled in the act of shooting. And Gianna Hadanat's going to go to the line to shoot two. Hadanat is going to graduate this May from the Mount. She is a local product from Littlestown, Pennsylvania, maybe 15 minutes from the Mount campus. She's had a great career, injured early in her freshman year, and therefore she does have a year of eligibility left. Will she play it? And if she does, will it be at Mount St. Mary? She makes the first, makes the second. That'll be a big question early in this offseason for the Mount women's basketball program. Hadanat comes out of the game, and a big, big hug for Coach Antoine White as Gianna's in tears. The inbound to Williams. They bring it up. Feed ahead for Skelton, right wing. Inside a minute to play in the quarterfinal. Williams on the outside, 62-48, Merrimack. And I think the Mount's going to try to call timeout here to give Jamison a moment to come out. Post touch, Gallegos, cross-court feed. Three ball was deflected, and the Mount's got the rebound. 36 seconds left in the quarterfinal, and the Mount's going to call timeout. 31.5 seconds left. They're going to call timeout and allow Jamison, the fifth-year senior, to get an ovation here. A big hug from Antoine White. Torget, the senior, out as well, as they will finish their collegiate careers on this Saturday afternoon in Atlantic City. Great, great Mount players and legacies here. Powell now for Gerard, who's had an incredible tournament. She has it blocked away. Oh, a foul. And let's see. Gallegos had the rebound, pushed Gerard to the ground, and Gerard's still down. 24.7 seconds left. They're going to call the foul on Gallegos, and the Mount will have it. And now the senior Paris will come out, and Lindsay will check in. 62-48 Merrimack. Baseline right, Powell to inbound for the Mount. Powell looking, finds Ballard, back to Powell on the outside. She'll take a three ball. Front iron, no. Rebound for the Warriors. Kelly got fouled. They're not yet in the bonus. 19 seconds remain. And Ferguson is fouled out of the game. So the Mount's going to have to get somebody in for Ferguson.
They're up by 14, 19 seconds to play.
And Kangwin's going to come in for the Mount here with 19 seconds remaining. Now Merrimack will have Kelly to inbound. She gets it into Thomas. Thomas will bring it up across the timeline. The Mount's not going to foul. They guard closely, though. Maybe they won't just let this clock roll away. It's in the hands of Williams. 7 seconds, the clock ticking down. And congrats to the Warriors of Merrimack as they're heading on to the MAAC semifinal. Merrimack beats the Mount 62-48. And a valiant and resilient season for Mount St. Mary's women's basketball comes to an end here in the quarterfinals. Again, our final score here from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall, Merrimack 62, the Mount 48. Merrimack on to the semis, where they'll take on Fairfield tomorrow afternoon here in Atlantic City. We take a break. We're back with our Mount post-game show right after this. Again, our final, Merrimack 62, Mount St. Mary's 48.
Every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
Hey, Mount fans, looking for insurance you can trust? Meet Daisy Gardner from Lindquist Insurance. With expertise in personal, commercial, and life insurance, Daisy is dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. Call Daisy Gardner today and experience the friendly professional service you deserve. The number 240-297-0628. Mount fans, protect your future with Daisy.
The time has come. The steak and cheese sandwich is back at Roy Rogers. Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Tomorrow afternoon at 2.
Well, so happy to have you with us on this momentous day for basketball for Mount St. Mary's. It was a great first half for the Mount, and when the Mount took a 26-19 lead, you knew the last few minutes of that first half were going to be of great importance for Mount St. Mary's to try to maintain the advantage, and not only that, but maybe make a push into the break and take a lead into halftime. It just didn't go that way. Merrimack went on a 7-0 run to finish the first half and then started very strong in the second half. The Mount could not come back. And our final score in this final women's quarterfinal here from the MAAC quarters in Atlantic City is Merrimack 62, Mount St. Mary's 48, and with it the Mount season comes to a close. We're going to take an in-depth look here at our end-of-game stats here on this Mount post-game show as in the game, Merrimack shot 35%. They were 6 of 26, 23% from three. Struggled a bit from the line, 10 of 18 from the charity stripe. For Mount St. Mary's, the Mount shot 28% from the floor, 4 of 30 from three. Just too many threes for the Mount to be successful today. 6 of 13 from the foul line. Incredibly, Naomi Gerard made all 4 Mount threes. Other stats, rebounds, Merrimack out-rebounded the Mount by 9 in this game. That was a big number. Turnovers in the game, each team had 16 of them. Leading scorers for Mount St. Mary's, boy, Amber Ballard had an outstanding game. She had 13 points, 14 rebounds. She was dominant early, 7.7 boards in the opening quarter. The leading scorer, though, was Naomi Gerard off the bench. The Canadian sophomore, 14 points, making 4 threes in the game. Alana Powell had 6 points and 5 rebounds. Wesley Ferguson had 4. The Mount got 2 from Jaden Jamison in her final collegiate game. She had 4 assists and 7 rebounds. The Mount got 2 from Hadanat, who had a tough day in what could be her final Mount game, OF10 from the field. She was in tears exiting this one. What a meaningful player for the Mount over the years. Lindsay had 2, Paris 2, Target 2, Kangwin 1. What a game for Madison Roman, the big 22 points, 18 rebounds for Merrimack. And Molly Mannion off the bench, she was the one that really put this one to rest. 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Other scores for the Warriors, they got 6 from Garcia and Reddick, 3 from Melashenko, Shishkina, and Williams, and 2 from Kiefer. We're going to take a break. We'll return to wrap up this broadcast of Mount women's basketball from the MAAC quarterfinals We will be on the air 20 minutes prior to the men's quarterfinal, Mount St. Mary's and Siena, later today. We'll wrap up and have our final thoughts on this women's basketball season right after this. Merrimack wins 62-48. This is Mount St. Mary's basketball.
Grab one of many offerings from Fin City Brewing from their home in Ocean City all across the great state of Maryland. And while heading to the shore, visit their new tap room at 12911 Ocean Gateway, Unit 2 in West Ocean City. Fin City Brewing, born on the water of Ocean City.
Anchored in a region that stretches across vibrant cities and historic landscapes, our institutions are driven by a commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Our student athletes are not only champions through competition and in the classroom, they are lending a helping hand to build a better tomorrow. Join us in shaping a brighter future in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Educational Systems Federal Credit Union is proud to support the education community on the court, on campus, and everywhere in between. For more than 70 years, Educational Systems FCU has helped educators, students, and their families reach their financial goals with lower loan rates, higher savings returns, and service that puts people first. Whether you're planning for what's next or celebrating today's victories, they're here to help you build a brighter financial future. Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, making financial wellness possible for the education community. Learn more at esfcu.org.
We challenge ourselves every day, academically, physically, and spiritually, to strive for excellence by pushing ourselves beyond our limits. At our mountain campus, we know what it takes to be great, to pursue our passion for learning, to build lifelong bonds, to stand up for our beliefs, to enjoy a life of purpose. At Mount St. Mary's University, we create lives of significance.
One final time on this Saturday afternoon from Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, where in the women's quarterfinal, Mount St. Mary's sees their 2025-26 season come to a close as they fall 62-48 in the final. The 6th-seeded Mountaineers losing to the number 3 seed Warriors of Merrimack. This was a very special year of Mount St. Mary's women's basketball, a year that engaged the Mount community. You know, last year, Mount St. Mary's, in their run to the semis, of the 13 teams in the MAAC, their home attendance was 10th. And this year, that jumped all the way to number 3 in the league. Women's basketball all around this country is on the rise. And in our area in Frederick County, it is no different than anywhere else. And all of a sudden, when you looked up at Knott Arena, it wasn't empty. It was rocking for Mount home games this year. And Coach Antoine White and this upbeat and fun to watch Mount St. Mary's side all year long stepped up to the task. They went on a 4-game win streak in late December that included wins against the usual powers in the MAAC, Iona, who will play in the quarterfinals tomorrow, or the semifinal tomorrow, I should say, and Marist to start MAAC play. And then a tough early portion of the month of January that saw their leading scorer, the sophomore Gabby Kennerly, at 15 points per game, go out for the year with a knee injury. But this Mount team was ever so resilient. With 11 games left in the year, you would think, boy, how many more are they going to win without Kennerly? Are they going to be able to get to the MAAC tournament? Well, not only did they get to it, they won 7 of their final 11. They get a bye in the MAAC tournament. They make it to the quarterfinals for a 4th consecutive year. But unfortunately for Coach White and this Mount St. Mary's team, it comes to an end here today in the quarterfinal. Again, our final score for this one. Merrimack on to the semis. Good luck to the Warriors. They're going to take on Fairfield, as that'll be the 2-3 battle tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. in the MAAC women's semifinal here in Atlantic City. So for Ralph Grunt on stats, my name is Adam Pohl. Again, our final score today: Merrimack 62, Mount St. Mary's 48. The Mount's women's basketball season comes to an end here in the MAAC quarterfinal. We hope you have a great evening. We'll talk to you again here from courtside at Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall as the men go to work. Mount St. Mary's in Siena will be on 20 minutes prior to the 8:30 start here with our broadcast of Mount basketball. We'll see you then. Have a great day, everyone.
This broadcast of Mount St. Mary's basketball from the MAAC Basketball Championships in Atlantic City was brought to you by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, Finn City Brewery, Kadori Memorials, Roy Rogers, Lamundin, Pepsi, Lori Day's Grill, Lindquist Insurance, and Frederick Seibert and Associates. Thanks for listening to Mount St. Mary's basketball.